What up, everybody? Welcome, welcome. Hope everyone is doing good on this fine afternoon here on Saturday. Hope everyone's doing well out there. So, we have a bit of new information for y'alls on the tropics here. As we are watching now, Invest 97L. It is a new investigation here. We have seen quite a bit of progression over the last little bit here. But anyways, everybody, hope everyone's doing good. Once again, it's good to see you. Let me move the chat down a little bit here so you guys can see. There we go. Anyways, let's see who we got here today. We have Abby. We have Mark. Let's see, your Stormwatcher. We have Tabletop. Of course, everybody else who is here but just not chatting. It is good to see you guys. So yeah, we now have Invest 97L. Is a tropical wave that rolled off the west coast of Africa here, out by the Cabo Verde Islands here, just to the east for the most part. The Hurricane Center now has an overall 50% chance probability here of development on the storm system here. So it is a 50-50 shot, potential tropical development. Throughout the next 48 hours, the next 2 days, we have a 10% chance probability of development here. So, you know, more than likely, we're not going to see this thing become a tropical depression or a tropical storm here within the next 2 days. But the next 7 days, you know, the next week, we do actually have a pretty decent possibility out here. So things are definitely increasing here. Let's see. Mark says hurricane season picked up fast. It sure did. Yeah, it really did. This other system out here that we've been kind of peeking at here doesn't really appear to be doing a whole lot. You know, the probabilities on it have gone down quite a bit. This is 96L. This one has pretty much faded. We completely removed that one risk just off the mid-Atlantic coast. That one disturbance we were watching, not going to be a problem at all. Yeah, 96L, this is dropping in probability, but all of our eyes really are on this guy. This is the one that really we need to be monitoring here for quite a bit. You know, we talked about it yesterday on our here on our video that we did and everything like that. So, but yeah, this is the one that we have our eyes on here. So we're definitely going to keep a close eye out there for this. Now, once again, overall 50% chance right now from the Hurricane Center, 10% chance in the next next 2 days, 48 hours here. Let's see. What's up, Lori? Good to see ya. What's up, MD? What's up, K Jack? Welcome, everybody. Mark says there's still a moderate risk for flooding today and tomorrow. Yeah, let's take a peek at that real quickly, and then we're going to get into models and stuff. I do want to kind of show you guys the spaghetti models and everything like that on this system here. But yeah, let's pull that up real fast here, wherever it is at. There we go. System rainfall here. So for today, yeah, we do have a moderate risk up there. Level 3 out of 4 flooding risk today. This includes quite a bit of Iowa. Quite a bit of Iowa here, central eastern Iowa. Going up into northern Missouri, a little bit of southern Wisconsin here. So we'll definitely keep an eye out there for that. Yeah, so we do got a pretty decent flooding threat here. Cindy says, I'm here for a bit, then hitting the road for a road trip. Gotcha. Well, safe travels, my friend. Good to see ya. Yeah, and then tomorrow we do have another moderate risk out there. So yeah, flooding's definitely going to be quite a bit of an issue here. Let's look at the rainfall for the next 5 days here. This is from WPC here. Holy cow. Yeah, definitely going to see quite a bit of rain out here. Let's try days 1 to 3 real quickly. See just between the next, yeah, this is the amount of rainfall for the next 1 to 3 days here. You can see that we do have quite a bit of rain, you know, good 4, maybe 5 inches of rain out here, like northeastern Kansas, cutting through like northern Missouri, central eastern Iowa, southern Wisconsin, a little bit of like northwestern Illinois here as well. Also Florida, we've actually been getting quite a bit of rain down here in Florida. Yeah, we've been kind of in a boatload of moisture here lately, so it's really wet out here. Got quite a bit of rainfall that's going on. Let's see here. Yep, no problem, Sydney. No problem. Anyways, y'all, let's go and hop to models. We got some stuff we got to talk about here. First of all, let me actually bring over the spaghetti models to you. The main hurricane spaghetti models have not ran in terms of their track quite yet, but we do have an intensity guidance here from the main hurricane models. You can see there's only 4 different models available right now, but you can obviously tell between the models that have ran so far, regarding the intensity. I mean, you could see that we definitely have gradual increase in strength over time. So, you can see that we go well into tropical storm status here probably within the next few days. So don't be surprised if we do increase on probability of overall tropical development here, for the next couple of updates here. And I would not be surprised if the 48-hour probability increases. I mean, because you can see within the next 48 hours, half of the models do. Once again, there's only a few models here, but some of the models do actually show, this thing becoming a tropical storm and then eventually maybe even a hurricane down in time, which, a lot of the main models have actually picked up on that there as well. Now, here are some GFS ensembles here. This is not the main spaghetti models, but this is one model with a bunch of what we call members. A bunch of, just spread out models runs here essentially. And you can see that, a little bit of northwesterly movement is expected between this. And as we gradually go over the next few days, we gradually work our way to the west here. Things start to become a little fuzzy just before we reach the Antilles. But system does gradually work its way to the west here. Now, there is a possibility of a couple scenarios that could happen here. The first possible scenario is it could pull up into the central Atlantic. It could ride pretty close to the coast, or it could become potentially an impactor, for the coastline. Right now, it's too early to tell. It is too early to tell what essentially it's going to end up doing for the East Coast. But I do want you guys, if you live in the East Coast, to just monitor it. As we definitely could have some form of impacts here down in time, which, we cannot rule it out, but once again, it's just a little bit too early to tell as of right now. So that's the GFS. Here's the, let's see, this is the GEPS ensembles. Definitely not as many runs here, but, still gradual westerly the movement here. As we do work our way over the next few days, you can see that we do have maybe a little bit of spread, obviously, far down in the track as things become a little bit more uncertain here. So let's hop over here to the models, one by one. We're going to take a look at the latest GFS model. Now, I made this video, guys, yesterday, talking about how people love to look at the far end spectrum of the GFS, which the latest GFS has this thing does getting pretty close to the U.S. coast. But remember the timing on this. This is like 200 to 300 hours out. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is just too far out to look. So I recommend not looking any further than 150 hours out. That's basically where I usually look at. It's not really good to look at anything further because just how crazy those runs end up getting here. But, GFS does have gradual development, though, with the system here, as you can see. I mean, as we work our way to the west here, we do have that Bermuda high in the central Atlantic kind of keeping things from going to, a little bit of a westerly movement to this storm system. Now, there has been a bit of, extended model views in which, this thing could maybe start to pull north, but that's still way too early to be for sure. I mean, things could really go at any direction right now. But yeah, it's just a little bit too early to tell with all that. Now, Euro, looking at the ECMWF here. Go ahead and wait for this to render here. So ECMWF also does have gradual development here. Maybe becoming some type of greater tropical cyclone with time. But remember, we're kind of pushing pretty far given that this is 186 hours out here, which you can see forecast hour 186. Yeah, once again, I wouldn't look much more past 150. A lot of people love to look at the far range and like, oh my gosh, it's going to happen. No, it's not. I mean, it could, but it's just way too early to tell. And I mean, there's no reason for panic or anything like that right now. At most, what I will tell you guys is that you should just monitor the coastlines. I mean, yeah, this thing could at some point be an issue for the country, but right now it's not. Right now, it's not expected to really be anything, super crazy for the coast. It's just too early to tell. What's up, Sharon? What's up, Wild Still Yet Today? Saying thanks for the update. Yeah, no problem. No problem at all. Are we having some problems? Oh, yeah, we are. Looks like we're having a little bit of issues with my computer. That's lovely. That's just what I love to hear. Yeah, it looks like my computer might be having a little bit of problems here. It's all good. But anyways, but yeah, so that's Euro. Looking over here at CMC, this is the 12 UTC run here. CMC also has gradual development. Ooh, yeah, going a lot further to the south here. Once again, don't want to look too far past 150 hours out, but CMC does show a southerly track. Icon, let's see, the 12 UTC run has kind of going further up north here from what it looks like. Yeah, Icon even shows maybe a secondary area developing here behind this guy. Let's hop back to GFS. See, it stopped. What, did the stream stop or did the stuff stop here? Anyways. But yeah, once again, like I said, it's just too early to tell for any impacts along the U.S. East Coast or anything like that. You know, they're still not even guaranteed or anything like that. It's just too far out. Once again, the furthest I'd go is about 150 hours out or so. Yes, the system is going to gradually work its way to the west. It is expected to strengthen as it does so. Could easily become a hurricane. Yeah, models are really wanting a hurricane out of this here, so I would really not be surprised at some point in the life of this storm if it does possibly become a hurricane at some point. So can't guarantee it, but probabilities are increasing for potential hurricane activity. But once again, just too early to tell exactly where it's going to hit. Glad to see it, K-Jack. It's good now. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with it today. Love it. My camera seems a little choppy too. I think it's just my computer being stupid here. Let me try this. Let me try moving my little Wi-Fi thing. Maybe that'll help. Maybe it's just having a bit of an issue. Should be better now. Refreshing it helps. Okay, good. Well, if I'm cutting out a lot, it could either A, be my computer or B, YouTube, because YouTube's been being a little weird lately there too. But anyways, I can see it is a little choppy though. But yeah, so once again, latest 12 UTC GFS here just has continually working its way to the west here. As of now, a track going through the Caribbean seems pretty unlikely, considering that most of the models actually have this thing just kind of going north of the Windward Islands and just the overall Antilles. But like I mentioned, it could steer up into the Central Atlantic or the West Central Atlantic, or it could keep going west. The ground or the support of that here is just too far out, or the look at things is just a little bit too far out here overall. I mean, yeah, it looks pretty scary down in the late part of the run, but you should never look that far. I mean, GFS does have it maybe coming somewhat close to the coast, but still, once again, too far out to tell. Euro here. Let's see here, Euro. Also, this is the 06. Let's go to the 0 UTC run here. Yeah, the 0 UTC one has it kind of pulling similar to kind of what the GFS was saying. So, we'll just see. We'll have to see what happens. There's a lot of things that can change between now and then. That's for sure. See, but if you guys have any questions, feel free to let us know. I don't think the HWRF is ran yet. We have 96L. That's that one system that we're watching. That's this guy. Yeah, this is 96L. Let's see here. It's going out to sea, in my opinion. Let's see, percentages 60%, going out to sea 40%. No hit land. Yeah, I mean, it's just we'll just see what happens. I mean, because there is support, of it pulling out to sea. But but you know, when looking that far, it's just a little bit hard to tell, you know, because a lot of things can change. You know, by the time it approaches near the U.S. coast, that's a good like 200 to 250 hours out, which is just a little bit too far out to look. One big thing that we do got to look out for right now, though, guys, is severe weather, actually. And flooding. We do have a pretty big flooding concern today. Also, we got a pretty big level 2 threat for severe weather today for portions of Colorado, Kansas, Nebraska, portions of Missouri, Iowa, Wisconsin, and Illinois. Got 2% chance areas here for tornadic activity, so cannot rule out potential spin-up tornadoes across the areas of green here. So that includes areas out there by Colorado, Iowa, Missouri, Illinois, Wisconsin, a little bit of Nebraska, Kansas here too. So, see damaging winds. Got a big 15% risk, potential gusts up to 60 miles an hour. We do have a 5% risk for hail across the ground, 1 to 2 inches in diameter. But we do actually have a hatch risk here today for hail up in eastern Colorado, possibly 2 inches or greater. Given that black dashed area here, that's that hatch risk here. So yeah, definitely have to look out there for that. That is possible. Possible for some pretty decent sized hail. See, they're expecting very large hail, Colorado, 2 to 3 inches. Yeah. I mean, given that hatch risk, that's definitely a big concern. Let's see tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow we got a little marginal here, or it's not really too little, but you know, a decent sized marginal risk tomorrow. Tornado-wise, that is a very skinny little 2% chance for tornadoes out there. Yeah, from Denver down to like northeastern New Mexico. Another little 2% chance. Pretty big. See, 5% chance for wind and just a little 5% hail threat. Yeah, so tomorrow shouldn't be anything super crazy. Just today we got to really keep an eye out there for some severe weather. Looking at radar out here now. Got a few storms up by the Midwest here. It seems like we do have some severe activity up by Wisconsin right now, though. Up by the Green Bay area. Got a few storms here. These guys are clocking in for 60-mile-an-hour winds. And basically penny to quarter-sized hail. Yeah, penny to quarter-sized hail. So we got just a little bit of severe weather activity popping through out there. Anyways. So yeah, like I mentioned, you know, the main thing right now that we just got to keep an eye out there for is going to be, you know, this system over here, 97L. You know, we still have yet to see the main hurricane models run, but once they do, we will definitely let you guys know, you know, what they show. I mean, we'll probably go live again tonight. Oh, here we go. Hold on a minute, y'alls. Let me hop back over here real quickly. We're going to bring up our camera again. Let me show you guys this. This is actually new. 97L. This is the official hurricane models. But there's really not many that's ran yet, as you can tell. But we are expecting a little bit of northwesterly movement towards the Cabo Verde, and then eventually tracking westward, like directly west. So between now and 48 hours, northwesterly movement. 48 hours and onward, it moves to the west here. So, I mean, we do got a little bit of support here now from the main hurricane models. Oh, here we go. That is a big change. Holy cow. Here's a new update on the spaghetti models here. You know, gradual increase in strength is quite expected between most models. I mean, eventually possibly getting into hurricane status. That is a big downgrade, though, from the previous few models that did run. That is definitely a big difference. Let's see here. No name yet. Nope, not yet. It's an invest, though. It is become an investigation, so. But, yeah, probabilities have been increasing, too. You know, I mean, yesterday this didn't even exist, and then now it's here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this time yesterday it didn't exist. Because I made that video yesterday, and it wasn't there yet, but I was waiting for it. I was definitely waiting for it. But it's here now. It's there. Let's pull up SAT real quickly. Let's see what we got going on here. We're going to pull up the EPAC. Goes east. We'll do full disk here. Here, let me see if there's... Is there not a... Is there a mesoscale floater on it? I don't think so. Too far east, maybe. Anyways. Yeah, this satellite view is a little bit behind. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you all this instead. Here's current satellite imagery. You know, the crazy thing is that this thing already does have some pretty decent counterclockwise circulation going on. You know, even though it just rolled off the west coast of Africa here, I mean, we already do have quite a bit of circulation going on. Then we got Evo here in the EPAC. Henriette's still going on here. So. But anyways, everybody, well, that's about all I can really tell you right now. I mean, we have some new information coming through. You know, we'll just keep you guys updated. I'm going to do another live tonight. We'll just kind of give you guys another little live update here. But if you guys did enjoy it, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. It'll be greatly appreciated. Thank you all for joining. I think that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for now. I know it was a quick little update here. I just wanted to hop on here for a minute and kind of let you guys know what was going up here. But, you know, bottom line is don't worry about it. I know there's going to be a lot of misinformation going on out there. There's a lot of fear-mongering, a lot of, you know, people just making the worst out of it. Don't trust that. You know, if you see anything about this hitting the U.S. East Coast, it's too early to tell. In theory, yes, it could ultimately become a problem for the East Coast, but, you know, that's just too far out to tell. I mean, it could steer up out into the Atlantic. It could, you know, impact the U.S. East Coast. It's too far out. You know, the closest that we can look right now is about 150 hours out, which kind of brings us towards the Antilles. And, you know, from the way that things are looking model-wise, it does not really look like it's going to be going into the Caribbean. It looks like it's probably just going to track above the Caribbean or to the northern Caribbean here. But, you know, we'll have to see what happens. We will definitely have to see what happens with it. So, all right, everybody. Well, we'll keep you guys updated. I just want to say thank you all for joining. Thank you all for hanging out with us. If y'all did enjoy it, once again, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button. It'd be greatly appreciated. And all right, my friends, thank y'all for joining. We'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out, my friends. Catch y'all later on.